Hi, this is Jerry Ironclad Odom. Today I want to talk about principles and values. Do they change with the wind, or are they ironclad, solid as a rock? Things that never change over the test of time. People like to manipulate the words to try to make them suit a particular moment in time or a moment. But principles and values, they don't change. Maybe the way you approach something does change, but if it's not within the values or the principles of what you're actually trying to accomplish, are you not violating your own principles and your own values? The United States is a sinking ship right now because we haven't followed a lot of the stuff that we've defined as our principles. And because of that, we are like a boat. And this boat is sinking and it's springing holes here and here and here and here. And we're running around with band-aids and little fiberglass, and we're trying to fix that. In some cases, we're actually not trying to fix it. We're taking a crowbar and making the holes bigger so that the boat sinks even faster. So, in theory, or in practicality, not in theory, are we not causing our own problems? Aren't our wounds self-inflicted because we're not following our principles? We're not sticking with excellence, integrity, responsibility, and we're allowing them to use some of our system against us. So if we have to build a new boat, do we build the boat with the same flaws that sunk the first one? Of course not. You look at the root cause, you look at the history, you look at that and said, hey, let's do this. And this is exactly what our founders did originally. They said, we see a bunch of holes here. There's no way they could have foreseen some of the ways that people are interpreting. But the biggest problem is that we're not following our principles. We've got people in our court systems and elected offices and fake president who's illegal because we didn't follow our principles. So we have all this because we didn't stay with our values and principles. Are you seeing the point I'm getting here? So if we're going to fix this problem, or if this problem is going to sink the ship, and then some of us want to get together and build a new ship based off the old ship, but this time we want to make sure that there's no holes, so the ship can't sink again. Obvious holes based on simple values and principles. So some perfect examples of that are the right to bear arms is pretty clear. Infringe, in any dictionary you look at it, means pretty much the same thing. But yet we've allowed governments to infringe on our rights. We've allowed local, state, and governments to infringe upon our rights. We've allowed them to selectively choose which part of the Constitution will be enforced and which won't, by the whims of men, not by values and not by principles, right? So another example is those who come to this country who don't live by our values, our principles. They don't have responsibility, and they try to use some of our tools against us. A classic example of that is Muslims, illegal aliens, etc. But we continue to allow this because they are outside of our principles. So if we have to build a new ship or a new boat, we have to make sure that those principles are what everything is based on. So if the idea is that we're going to have a principle where, hey, if we're going to have a principle founded based on the Christian beliefs and ideas, that doesn't mean that we can allow people to come in here and pervert that. Now, does it? And if we say, don't infringe on my rights, and we allow them to do it, that's the problem. We're actually taking the crowbar and we're making holes in our own ship by doing that. So think about that.